Hi everyone, it's Daniel here. Today I'll be reviewing another Level 42 album, and which one will it be today? Well, here it is. Guaranteed from 1991. What a great album. I really like this album, it's pretty much a Running in the Family Part 2 sort of album, which I really like. The production sounds very similar, and very much unlike Staring at the Sun, but in my opinion, I think Staring at the Sun is, a little bit better than this album because I think the songwriting is better, but this album's still great and there's some really cool tracks on this album. So yeah, first album to be released in the 90s, 1 out of 2, which I'll talk about the next album another time, forever now. I'll leave a link to my Staring at the Sun album review in the description. That was the first ever album review I ever did and the first CD I ever had, so yeah. So it's the front cover. I like it. It's very cool. I like the shades of black and white. It's pretty cool. I like the text. Yeah. I've got Mike Lindup, Jacko Jackson, who actually didn't play on the album, but he played with the band live, so that's pretty cool. And he was also in King Crimson, so yeah. And then Gavin Harrison, who played drums for King Crimson, also toured with Level 42. During the Forever Now tour, because Phil Gould had left the band again. But yeah, and then we have Mark King, of course, the king of the bass, king of slap bass. And then we have Gary Husband, of course, the drummer. So yeah, this would be his last album until Retroglide. And then Phil would come back, and then Phil would leave again. And then yeah, Level 42 have had an interesting history with drummers and guitarists and all that. So yeah. It looks like they're on, they're clearly on a boat, on boat on the sea and all that, and there's some like rocks and stuff, pretty cool. There's an alternative album cover, I think, I think so. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, pretty much, kind of similar, except like they haven't got their jackets on. I don't think anyways, and it's in colour, so yeah, I'll show that, right now if I get a chance to find it. But yeah, very cool, I like it, very nice. So that's the front, there's the spine, very nice. I love the text. The white text goes well with the black background. And here's the back. We have 12 tracks, which I think this is the most amount of tracks on any Level 42 album this far, so yeah. The opening track, Guaranteed, I really like that track. The bass line is absolutely killer. Actually, Mark King got the bass line inspired from another track, To Arts Collide, which was off the previous album, which that's a great track on its own. Guaranteed, great album opener. I love Mike Lindup's bit as well. Just a nice, breathtaking song, definitely reminds you of like Running in the Family, with the sequences and all that, Very cool track. I like that one. Next track is Overtime. I actually do have the 7-inch single, which has the which pretty much like the cover is pretty much connected to the album cover for this album and the other one, which is in colour as well. And the single cover for this single is also in colour as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, like the neat connection there. But Overtime, I think this song's great. Very jazzy. Kind of reminds me a bit of like the early Level 42. The debut album and all that. The early tapes, very cool track. I love the bass line. I love Mike Lindup's vocals in the bridge. Annie McCaig sings backup vocals, which I think she's smashing backing vocalist. Gary Barnacle's saxophone solo is great. Yes, he is back on this album after not appearing on Staring at the Sun, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I just think it's a great song, great single, and yeah. Next track is Her Big Day, a very funky track. It's quite a funny song actually. I think it's about a wedding that goes wrong, and then the bride ends up leaving with the best man instead of the instead of marrying her yet to be husband, that sort of thing. But it's a very funky track. I love the bass line. I love the vocals. I love that synth trumpet solo, which is pretty cool. And that piano solo is pretty cool as well, which was actually played by Gary Husband instead of Mike Lindup. very cool track. I love it. I love this song very much. It might be my favourite track on the album, but I'm not sure. 7 Years is the next track. Very good track. One of Mark King's best vocal works so far. Very nice. Very acoustic song. You know, absolutely gorgeous. I just love the vocals, the lyrics. I think it's a great song. And you get some great guitar playing from Alan Holdsworth on this album as well. So yeah, we've got another Alan playing the guitar as well. Unfortunately, Alan Murphy passed away in 1989. I believe 3 days after the Take Care of Yourself single was released. And yeah, if you watch the video, he looks really unwell, and yeah, very sad. But yeah, you know, yeah, I don't think Level 42 really recovered from losing Alan. You know, they already struggled to find a guitarist after Boone left, and yeah, but luckily this album they had Alan Holdsworth, and they still had Dominic Miller who played some guitars on the previous album. So yeah, it's nice. Set Me Up is one of the most funkiest tracks Level 42 have ever done. It's really cool, absolutely brilliant, love it. It's just so funky, man. Like Mike Lindup's vocals are that strong, like yeah, I couldn't even tell it was him. I was like, who's singing? And then yeah, found out it was Mike Lindup, like yeah, towards the end of the song. So very nice track, I really like that one. Definitely one of my favourite songs on the album. Very cool. Next track is The Ape. You know, yeah, this track, I like it, you know. Kind of reminds me of being in a jungle, you know, with like the crickets chirping and stuff, and that saxophone's really cool, and that really cool funky bass line. I don't know, the lyrics are goofy, but I enjoy it, you know. I don't think there's a Level 42 song I actually dislike, but yeah, still a cool song. My Father's Shoes, I really like this song. It's really grown on me lately, so yeah, another acoustic song. I like the cool synths as well. I just think it's a nice song, and yeah, just a very nice song on the album, in my opinion, and the last single to be released from this album. Sorry, I can't talk. I kinda right. Another great track. Believe you got Alan Holdsworth playing a really cool guitar solo. Yeah, it's just a nice track in my opinion. So yeah, another cool track. She Can't Help Herself. That's a gorgeous song. I love that song. Yeah, it's just a nice slow song to relax the album. And yeah, very nice. If You Don't Mind, that's a brilliant song. The guitar work's fantastic. Got some cool horns as well, which yeah, I believe this was the first album to have a proper horn section in it, instead of like Take Freedom Someday, for example, which just has a trumpet solo, or Why You Leaving, which just has a saxophone solo, that sort of thing. They've got a trombonist in the band now, which it's cool. I used to wear cool today, and I'm just feeling really cool today. So yeah, should get my shades. Don't know where they are. Oh well, never mind. If You Don't Mind, I love that 5-string bass, absolutely brilliant. Possibly like Mark, this I don't know. There's a possible chance that Mark King used a 5-string bass on more than just this track. You never know. Yeah, possibly. I don't know. But yeah, the 5-string bass sounds really cool. Makes the song sound more funky. I love the keyboards. I'm not sure if they were yeah, there must have been Yamaha keyboards, but I'm not sure if they were. I don't know. I can kind of hear like Yamaha DX7 sounds, which we use, of course, on Stereo at the Sun, Running in the Family, Well Machine. You know, all them albums, you know. I've, of course, done reviews for Well Machine and Running in the Family. I'll leave a link to them in the description, and the debut album as well. So, yeah. Of course, the debut album was the first album to have Gary Barnacle on it. He played the electric sax solo on Heathrow, which that's a fantastic track. A lot of people like that track, and I can understand. So, yeah. Next track is Lasso the Moon, another Mike Lindup song. Very cool. I love that fretless bass played by Mark King. I was like, playing a fretless bass, I know. Mark King plays all sorts of basses. Well, I've never seen him play a precision bass. I don't think I want to, because it just wouldn't suit him. Jazz basses, Status Graphites, fretless basses, you know, it depends which song it is, like 7 Years or Lasso the Moon. Stingrays, yeah, Stingrays are cool. They're fine, but I've heard that Mark King didn't like using Stingrays. He hated the neck apparently, which he would use the Stingray on the next album. So yeah, very nice. Last of the Moon's a very nice track in my opinion, and the closing track With a Little Love. That's a nice song. Really like that one. Really like the drum beat. The keyboards are great. The bass line, just really catchy song. A nice way to end off the album. Nice short song. So yeah, really good album in my opinion. Guaranteed is. The songwriting, you know, I think Staring at the Sun's songwriting was better, but the production is definitely up there with Running in the Family. You know, recorded and produced by Level 42 and Wally Badarou at the Summer House. Mixed by Tom Lord at the Hit Factory, New York. So yeah, New York, 1991. Let's open it up. Here is the disc. Very nice. RCA. Yeah, they've moved on from the Polydor record label. Bye bye Polydor. Yeah, very nice. 12 really good tracks. Let's see who wrote the songs. Guaranteed, Mike Lindop, Wally Badarou, Mark King, Gary Husband. If you don't know who Wally Badarou is, he's pretty much the fifth member of the band. I don't know if he still works with the band anymore, I'm not sure. I think he still works with Mike Lindop. I know Phil Gould is in Mike Lindop's solo band, which is flipping awesome. 7 Years was written by just Mark King, which, yeah. The song, I think they reused the lyric from 7 Days, which was off True Colours. I've reviewed that album as well. I'll link that in the description. Some of these songwriters, yeah, they're not actual members of the band. Imagine if Alan Murphy was on this album. Like, oh my, I know. He was fantastic. Behind me, I've got, that's the single cover to the track Tracy from Staring at the Sun. The B-side's 3 Words, which I think should have been on the album. Yeah, very cool. The single hit gold there. I got that last year for Christmas from my aunt. And yeah, we've got Mark King, Alan Murphy, Gary Husband and Mike Lindop with their signatures. Very nice. Just before Alan Murphy passed away. And Linda McCartney actually took that, which, yeah, that's cool. I've used that word a lot today. I don't know, I'm just feeling it. And then we've got lyrics, Guaranteed, Overtime. We have Her Big Day. I love that bass line. Like, come on. 7 Years, great track. One of Mark King's best vocal works. Like from True Colours onwards, his vocals like improved dramatically. Like for the better as well. I think, no, it wasn't actually True Colours, it was his solo album Influences, which I definitely need to do a review on that at some point, because that is a great album. It's actually like quite proggy as well, which Staring at the Sun's kind of proggy as well, and I know prog fans, you know, have a soft spot for Level 42, which is fair enough. So that's good, set me up. We've also got some of the session musicians who played on this album. We have Gary Barnacle, who's played on quite a lot of the albums. So yeah, and he also toured with the band around this point. Wally Badarou, that's him right there. Annie McCaig, she's some backup vocals. We have Gary Husband, who's a drummer, who's an official member of the band. Wrote some of the songs and played some of the keyboards because Mike Lindop was unavailable for some of the sessions, which, fair enough. We have Alison Taylor, don't know what she does. Dominic Miller, that's him right there. Very cool. He's currently touring with Sting, which is flipping awesome. I like that. Alan Holdsworth, sadly passed away 7 years ago. Oh, I know, 7 years was from this album, 7 years since he passed away. I know. John Thirkell, yeah, he plays all the trumpets. Andrew Barfield, who wrote some of the songs. Very nice. The Ape, not many lyrics, but yeah, kind of goofy. Blue seas, red summers, deaf ears hear thunder, dumb lips speak wonders. Yeah, it's charming, it's goofily charming, that's what I would call it. My Father's Shoes, very catchy song. Kinda Eye, very nice song. trying to remember, one of the songwriters for this album, his last name's Green. I can't remember his first name though, which is a shame, and he's not even in this booklet. But I think that song was done as a tribute to his father or something. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong, but I don't know. I need to look more into that. She Can't Help Herself, beautiful song. Like the dots at the bottom, doing a Phil Collins sort of thing. If You Were Mine, very cool song. Flipping love that song. And when they did it live, that was great as well. Lasso the Moon, that fretless bass. Sounds very much like Pino Palladino and less Mark King, but still. And it's a Mark Lindup song as well. So, and then there's the band, yay! At this point, the band were just a trio, you know. Mark King on bass and vocals, Mark Lindup on keyboards and vocals, and Gary Husband on drums and vocals, but played keyboards when Mark Lindup was unavailable in the studio. And Alan Holdsworth also performed on this album as well. So yeah, his contribution was great. Got the full personnel right here. So like I said, Mark King on bass and vocals, Mark Lindup on keyboards and vocals, Gary Husband on drums, vocals and keyboards, Wally Badaru on keyboards and vocals, Annie McCaig on vocals, Alan Holdsworth on guitar, Dominic Miller on guitar, Gary Barnacle on saxes, and John Thirkell on trumpets. They used... his name's George M. Green, so yeah. He wrote some of the songs, so with Drew Barfield, very nice, management, Paul Crockford and Philippa Watson for Paul Crockford management. Very nice. Just giving this a nice little read, so yeah, very cool. I think Guarantee's a great album. Yeah, I've also done a Level 42 albums studio albums ranked video, which I'll leave a link to that in the description. Yeah, this one, just because it was number 9 out of 10 albums doesn't mean, 9 out of 10, yeah. Just because it was my 9th favourite Level 42 album doesn't mean I dislike it or anything. I just think the other albums are a bit better. The production of this album is fantastic, very much in the same sound as Running in the Family. But, you know, I think the songwriting here is, you know, not as good as Staring at the Sun. Like, Staring at the Sun has a proper gorgeous, like, atmospheric songs. Like, the songwriting on that album was absolutely fantastic. But here, you know, I don't know. It's good, but yeah. But, I mean, come on, you've got songs like Guaranteed Overtime, Hair Big Day, which that song's killer. 7 Years, Set Me Up. Even The Ape, you know, and the rest of the tracks, you know, She Can't Help Herself with A Little Love. Even the other songs are just great as well. I don't mind the songwriting of this album, but I know a few other people might do. But, well, that's just their opinion. Thank you for watching, everyone. This has been my review of Level 42's 1991 album Guaranteed. Let me know what you think of this album in the comments. Do you like it? Do you think it's okay? Do you just avoid the band from, like, after Running the Family when the Gall brothers left? Please do let me know in the comments, because I'm really curious. To be fair, I actually think one of the albums is, like, better than, like, Running in the Family, which was, like, I prefer one album from after the Gould era, you know. The Gould era, basically, the debut, Pursuit of Accidents, which I've done a review on that as well. Link that in the description as well. Stand in the Light, I'll link that as well. My favourite album, of course. True Colours, Wild Machine, Running the Family. And the early tapes as well. So, yeah. And the Physical Presence tour, but I don't know if I want to count that. I've actually bumped into that, like an EP version of it. And and beforehand, I actually bumped into the, trying to remember now, the actual album, like, of Physical Presence, which was the tour, but the track A Physical Presence was on Wild Machine, but they didn't play that song when they did the Physical Presence tour. I know, confusing. Oh well, thanks once again, everyone. Take it easy, and I shall see you all next time in a bit, and peace. Bye.